Hi there, you probably know someone who you think might have some commitment issues. Or maybe you're stuck in a casual relationship and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So this video is for you. My name is Gisette and I'm not a professional. I'm just like you living this life, but I'm very passionate about building connection because I've been through big changes in my life where I have to leave my family and friends behind and move to another country where you don't know anyone. So I truly understand how important it is to have someone that you can open your heart to, especially when you have something to get off your chest. So I'm doing this as an initiative to start a conversation, and I do hope that it could bring people together. So I chose this topic because this is something that comes up a lot in Reddit questions about like relationship advices, and in real life I hear this from my dear friends, and I think this is very important to understand because it could easily break someone's self-esteem. So I'm gonna list down reasons why we don't commit to a relationship and what are the things to watch out for. Most importantly, what do we do about this? Okay. So first, we must understand what could be the reason why someone wouldn't commit to a relationship. So first, someone might just be not wanting the relationship because they don't want to compromise, or it's a lot of work. Their freedom would be taken away once they started a relationship. Every plan that they're going to make, they have to consider the other person, and they don't want to give that up. Or maybe they're emotionally unavailable, and that doesn't work when you get in a relationship because you have to be emotionally available to speak to your partner. Communication is always the key. You have to express your feelings and all of that. So maybe that's another reason why they won't commit to you. Another thing could be past trauma. So say for example, they've been through a really abusive relationship and it just really gives them bad anxieties, and they couldn't get through it, so they can't see themselves in another relationship again. Another thing I could think of is about like insecurities, or if you have low self-esteem, because those things really affect your thinking when you get in a relationship. It's like saying, how could this person truly love me when I don't even see what they see in me? So those things are not going to work out because you're always going to have trust issues. And lastly, maybe they just don't see the need for it, and you don't need to understand it. We all have different ways of thinking, and it's as valid as the reason why you would want a relationship. So now, what are the things to watch out for? First is they might not seem interested in the relationship or in you. I know it does sound obvious, but unfortunately sometimes it's not that obvious. They're very good at like covering it up. Say for example, you say something like a plan or for a quick trip or something ahead, and then they seem to be very enthusiastic. They seem excited doing that activity with you. But then when you try to narrow it down to get into the specifics like dates and all of that, this person would suddenly have like excuses and some conflicts with their schedule, and yeah, that's something to watch out for. Second, you'll notice that they don't want to talk about a relationship. So they will try to change the subject as much as they could, or if they don't have a choice but to answer you, they'll give you very vague answers that doesn't really help but makes you even more confused. Or they will say lines like, let's just have fun, let's not define this relationship. Or maybe they just straight out say that they're not looking for a commitment. So yeah, just take it for what it is. Third, maybe they talk about future, however, their plans don't involve you. Say for example, they have like future trips and with them, on their own or maybe with their friends, and they don't seem to be interested in inviting you. Now, I'm not saying that this is always the case. Maybe this person also wants to spend that time with you. However, just the thought of being tied down just doesn't work for them. I mean, if you could think about it, if you have commitment issues, that would also reflect on your other and the other areas of your life. So anything that needs to be committed to would be harder for them. So planning ahead with you in the picture just kind of probably scares them. Fourth, another thing to consider is if someone have a hard time opening up or sharing their deep thoughts. Now, I say this because some people that have commitment issues find it hard to open up to another person, and that's what's hindering them to being in a serious relationship. Now you'll notice this if after months you still talking very casually, very light topics. You never go into like deep conversation where they share about their feelings or, you know, those experiences. Then that's definitely something to watch out for. Next, number 5 is if they don't contact you for days. They're not interested in talking to you. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, it's always the case. Some people, I mean, I am like this. I don't like texting. So that could be the case. However, I'm talking about, like, say for example, you're making up plans and they wouldn't even bother to reply, you know, or give you just half answers. Then take it as a hint they're not interested, or even if they are interested, they don't have the same level of commitment that you would want in a relationship. Now, what do we do about this? I can only talk from my own experience, and I'm actually on the other side where I don't want to be in a relationship. So what I found that really works is to be someone that respects others' needs. So I just couldn't see myself being with someone who seems to expect me to spend as much free time with them, or if they seem to need a lot of reassurance, you know, to be reported where you are, who you're with, that's just a big red flag. I also even avoided those that are already settled and, you know, giving a hint that they're ready to settle down, because that's just not for me. I have many other responsibilities in my life. So if you seem to be with someone that shows that they're very comfortable on their own, the best thing that you can do is show your side as well, that you are very independent, you have a busy lifestyle, you're also growing on your own, and you know, you can both progress together and it's not that you're holding them back. Maybe that means your relationship could work, but you cannot pretend to be something that you're not, because it will show eventually. You can't be in a relationship unhappy because you're just pleasing the other person. That's just not a good way to go about it. Just understand that there really isn't any problem with you. It doesn't matter how attractive you are. You may have perfect body or maybe very wealthy, but you cannot make the wrong person right. That's just not how it works. We cannot control other people, and we shouldn't. It's actually becoming more and more normal now to stay single, and there's nothing wrong about it. Unfortunately, they won't give you an explanation if they don't want to. Now, the only reason why they're still with you is because you allow them. So you see, the problem here is when you started to see signs that this person is not going to commit to you, instead of living, you stay. Even if you know that every moment that you're going to spend with this person, you're just going to long for more love. So my question is, when you think of love, do you feel like you're constantly chasing or auditioning for someone's approval? Because if your answer is yes, then I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be the case. Now, the good news is you can still change that pattern. Step 1, think about all the time that you've made so much effort and invested in someone else. Now do it to yourself. So invest in your own happiness. Find something that would really make you happy. Maybe learn a new skill, meet other people, do charity works, whatever it is that resonates with your passion, do it and hold on to that happiness. So that in step 2, if anyone walks in your life, that's just a bonus, but you don't let them take away or steal that happiness from you. And so in step 3, in an inevitable event that the other person didn't love you back, then you can free yourself to someone better. You can walk away knowing that we all deserve and we're all worthy of love. So it doesn't mean that the other person didn't like you, that no one else's will. So you have to put an end to letting people take advantage of you. Do not settle to someone, whoever is giving you attention now, unless they are also willing to give you the relationship that you deserve. Thank you, Elvin, and thank you, Kay, for the support. Also, Brother Danny and Auntie May for lovely comment on my last video. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button. Like it if you do, and share it if you can. And I will speak to you in the comment section.